Hey, folks, welcome to another episode of the High Power Archery Podcast. It's been a long time since I've done one of these on my own, and this is the first time that I'm actually doing one on video with our new format that we've been using. Um, Everyone's become kind of familiar with our special series that I've been running with Jonathan that's on the line. Um, but occasionally, I still do the High Power Archery Podcast that I've always done over the years. And for a long time, I didn't do them. And I'm not going to get into why that was going on. But anyone who knows me knows why. And if you ever run into me in person, I'd be happy to explain it to you. This is not the place for that, so I'm not going to go there. But what we're here for is a couple of weeks ago, we started announcing an upcoming event. And we had that event this past weekend at Silver Birch Archery. And I like doing events over there because they're very, very friendly. It's a great place to bring your family to to learn, to just relax. Um, Milford, Pennsylvania is probably one of the nicest places I've ever seen, and that's why I'll be moving there shortly. Um, that's in the works, but I'll get into that later on another episode. Anyway, so I'm here at home doing this. It's a Monday. Um, and I was supposed to record an episode with Jonathan of On the Line. Wasn't feeling great today. I'll try to get it done tomorrow. If not, it'll have to wait until after I get back. A lot of stuff going on this week. Anyway, a lot of people been asking me. A few people email me about this challenge coin that I've been mentioning. And this weekend at the event, some people I gave the challenge coin to. A lot of friends who have been there for me when I try to bring this back and that sort of thing. The challenge coins mean a lot to me. And I created this coin a couple of months back with the help of a friend who had his own coins done. And I thought it would be a great idea. So put them into production and they showed up just before the event. Um, so I guess I just cut to the chase and show you what a coin looks like. So here you see on one side it's got the logo, on the other side it's got another graphic on it. Um, it's hard to see here in the camera. So what I'll do is I'll just put it up on the screen. There we go. Hopefully this records the right way. But so let's get down to it. What's the purpose of a challenge coin? Well, we all know that in the military, they represent a unit, an accomplishment. Um, for the purposes of my program, they have another special meaning. And Jonathan will laugh at this one because he knows I dreaded doing this episode, which I would be doing on my own, and I've done several takes, and none of them went right. Um, but there's a story behind everything, and there's a purpose behind everything. That's kind of the way that I teach my students, and sometimes I have to give them reminders of how to do things, reminders on what to do with their form, little things that they can recall in their head, things that'll help them get back and reset when stuff is not going right. And that's the whole purpose behind this coin. So if you look at the coin, the front side has got the logo on it. And that logo was created a lot of years back. As you all know, I started the High Power Archery program a long time ago. And we really went online, I think about 15, it's going to be almost 18 years ago now that we did this with the first version of High Power Archery that actually put online. My coaching, I've been doing that forever. Now I'm semi-retired. When it comes to coaching, all of the girls, and I've seen so many of them grow up in my program. From I've actually seen a few of them that were 7 and 8 years old go on into college and become professionals, and I'm very proud of all of them. The coin itself has our logo colors, which is purple, silver, white. Um, Purple is very important to us, and it's not because I'm a purple fanatic. I'm not a fan of Grimace from McDonald's, which doesn't even exist anymore, so don't know why I brought that up. But purple, as most people know, is the color of a lot of cancer foundations, something that's very near and dear to my heart. A lot of people know why. I'm not going to touch on that right now. But because it really doesn't matter, this is not about me, it's about why I made the coin. So if you look on the back of the coin, you'll see two purple ribbons representing cancer societies around the world. And that's why they're there. The arrow on the front under the logo, which as you can see is not on my regular logo, that just represents going forward, always moving forward, because an arrow never goes backwards. It always moves forward. No matter what's going on, you keep moving forward. So why do I give this to people? Like I said, we don't sell these things. And it's not like you just show up at an event and I give you one, whatever. I give them to people who actually need them. So there's a purpose behind them. Sometimes people going through things and they need things to help them reset. And this was created for that purpose. Like I said, it doesn't have the same purpose of a military coin, but it's got a greater purpose to it altogether. So if you're still listening to this, or should I say watching this, thank you in advance for doing that. But we'll try to get through this really quick. No other people have got tons of things to do, and that's fine. I get it. This is not going to be that long. In any case, like I said, the arrows, because you're always moving forward. The ribbons, I explained what that was. Now, the logo that's on the back, the picture of a coach bending over a little student, guiding and instructing them on what they're doing. Everybody knows that my specialty has always been kids. That's what I work with. No matter what. To be honest with you, money never mattered to me. So if the kid wanted to learn, I didn't care if he could pay for it or not. That's just what I did. So that particular part of the logo, back in 2020, one of my students was designing a shirt. She's very talented. She's in college now, but she made a shirt, and I don't know if she put that together herself or she melded it from somewhere else as far as what the design looks like. Even as I look at it right now, I just can't believe she came up with that. But I was going to put that on a shirt, and one thing led to the other. And the shirts that I made didn't have that on there. It was really like a coaching shirt for it. But the design always stuck in the back of my head. And then when I thought about making a coin, I'm like, that's perfect for it. That image, just so you know, has a very special meaning to me because it represents a memory from about 15 years ago. So, like I said, this is hard to talk about, but I'm going to get through this and then I'll never have to do it again. And if anyone wants to ask me when you see me in person, it's fine. But see how my voice already starts to crack? It's just one of those things. Anyway, so it's hard to believe that 15 years ago, when I really started coaching a lot of kids, I had a young lady come to me. She was about 9 at the time, and she had gone to summer camp. Oh, I'm going to say the year before. And as everyone knows, in a lot of summer camps, they teach basic archery, little recurves, whatever. You get some kind of a merit badge or something. And she wasn't great at it, but it stuck in her head that she wanted to be good at it. So the following spring, her mom brought her to me and said, could you train my daughter? Training a lot of kids, so sure, no problem. But this little girl, she was different from everybody else because no matter what, it didn't make a difference the day of the week. Every day after school, she was there, and I was teaching her at Willowbrook, which is the park that's here on Staten Island. It's a public range, whatever. And I'd be teaching her to shoot, and she committed everything to memory. I mean, she worked so hard. And in a couple of weeks, she got super good at it. And she was just learning recurve, okay? For those of you who don't know it, I teach recurve too. That's what I started with, and traditional sort of recurve has always been where I go back to. But I taught her recurve, and she became really good. And before you know it, she was pulling that little, I think it was an 18-pound bear bow that I had her working with. She was able to shoot that thing accurate 20 yards, and she was really, really good with it. So she headed off to summer camp. Like I said, this is hard. Anyway, 2 weeks later, her mom calls me and said, she's doing great over there. Like I said, it's hard. And a week later, she was in the hospital. So I went to go see her over there. That kid had a very, very serious blood disease. Did not know it. It was a late stage. Even while she had that, they got her stabilized. Boy, this is really hard to get through. Anyway, she managed to get out of the hospital. And for the next 6 weeks, she insisted that she still wanted to take her lessons. And I was there every day. And no matter what, she never missed a lesson. In September of that year, she passed away. So it's always stuck in my mind that even when someone's facing something like that they always want to do one thing, just like she did. So to kind of honor her memory, I put her on there. I mean, to other people, they just see it. It's kind of like just a graphic. To me, it's a lot more than that. And to her parents, who to this day I still talk to, it's a big reminder of her. And so she's a great inspiration for people, and they don't even know it. But what we use this coin for is to remember. So if I give it to somebody because they're going through a particularly bad time or something like that, the whole purpose is to help them. They keep it in their pocket, and for purposes of practice, let's say, or competition, or anything in their life that they want to go through, when they're having that rough spot, they're not able to get their act together when they're on the line or something like that, they pick it up, they look at it, they remember what they're supposed to do, and they go for it. And I find that something like this, centering them, helps a lot. So there are people that I run into, veterans, that sort of thing. And now it's a great tool because you give this to somebody and it becomes their own meaning, whatever they want to use it for. It doesn't necessarily have to be about archery or something like that, but they connect that in their head that it's something for them to use. So as we go along and I go to different events and I do my seminars, which I still do sometimes, or if I'm at a tournament, which I still go to, I compete very little these days, but when I'm at a big event, helping people out, coaching or something like that, I'll always have one on me. And if I see that someone needs one, I'll give them one. So far, one of the people that I gave these to, actually, for from the first batch. And I'm not making this up. It's true. They were having a very, very rough time with something. And I'm not going to get into what it is. But let's just say they were losing their way with stuff. And I'd given this to them like 2 days after I first got them. And it did exactly, when I saw them again, they said, I was in a very, very tough spot. And you were exactly right. This got me centered. There's nothing magic about these coins. It's what you use it for. If you have an organization or you have a club or a group or something like that, and you're head of the organization or you're just another coach, I highly suggest making one of these up. They don't have to be as big or fancy as one of these things. I mean, this thing can be used as a paperweight or a weapon. I think it's so heavy. But you can make them. They're inexpensive depending on the online company that you use to do it. There's different grades of them. This one is like precision molded and it's fully metal and all that. But that's just the way I decide to go with it. But in the end, if you know somebody in any sort of life experience that's going on that needs help, maybe they just need something that they can look back on to remind them of something. And for some of my students and people that I know, that was the whole purpose of making this. So amazingly, I made it through this video. Don't believe I did. And it's kind of embarrassing how it went through in the middle, but I got through it. I don't do retakes and cuts and stuff like that. So I'm not going to edit it out. And if you all want to make fun of me when you see me, by all means, be my guest. But this is the High Power Archery Challenge coin. It's the thing that I'm going to have on me at all times. I'll always keep one or two of them on me. And if you happen to see me and you need something like that, just let me know. And if I don't have one on me at the time, I'll get one to you. Don't worry. Like I said, if you're a coach and you have students, maybe it's something you want to do. It's just an idea. But it's special to me. It means a lot. It reminds me of a lot of different things. It can remind anybody of anything they want. You can remind them, oh, if you're pulling the wrong way, if you're forgetting to line yourself up, forgetting to stand right, forgetting to look through your peep, it'll just be the reminder for you. Reset and keep moving forward. So that's it for this short episode of the podcast. As you can see, I don't have my headphones on. Hopefully the sound with this mic comes out good. I'm going to post this sometime this week, maybe next week. I don't know. When I get brave enough to post it. And if anyone has any questions about it, please email me. If you're going through something rough with your own training or you have a need for something like this, just let me know. So that's all for this short, quick, painful episode to go through. I promise you the next one will be much more fun. It'll never be back to what I used to be on my episodes. You noticed that in my old age, I've calmed down a lot. But I'll probably be back on Anthony's podcast sooner or later. And when I do that, maybe the old me will creep out. Kids, if you're watching this, you're not allowed to watch those podcasts. There's a reason. But I digress. So we made it through this one in just under 20 minutes. If you're still watching this, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, email us at highpowerarchery@gmail.com. You can visit the website, which I'm also redesigning right now. Got to take all the services and all that because I officially don't work on bows, anything like that anymore. I work on bows for my students, the few that there are, friends as they need them, whatever. If you want to see me in person, whenever we're having another event, if you want to call it, at different archery shops, in this case, the ones I do at Silver Birch, come on down. It's always nice to meet a lot of the people who listen to this podcast, which to this day amazes me how many there actually are. It's always a lot of fun to run into those people. It's even more fun when I go to a tournament and I see people wearing my jersey, and I wonder, where did they get that from? I know where it comes from. It's like, maybe they just like the logo. Who knows? But again, if you have a question, email me, go to the website, leave a message. We're always happy to hear from you. So there'll be another podcast coming up soon. I'm going to try to put together 1 or 2 more between today and tomorrow before I get tied up for the rest of the week, and I won't be able to record until next week again. So, like I always say, it's never goodbye. It's just until we see you again, and this time we really do see you again because we have video. So until then, thanks for listening to the podcast. Thanks for watching these videos on YouTube, everywhere. Stay safe and shoot straight. Thanks.